What's up, guys? Welcome to Casual Fans. Lauren, let's jump right into it with a little segment I like to call 1v1.
All right.
In this segment, we are going to pick two professional athletes. You will choose one to defend or one to basically whichever one you pick will play one-on-one with the other one, and your life is on the line.
Okay.
That's how we're rocking this.
All right.
Each week it'll be a different pair of athletes.
All
We're
right.
going to start off with one of the most heated debates on the internet anytime basketball comes up, and that is LeBron James versus Michael Jordan.
Okay.
Okay, so you get to take either LeBron James or Michael Jordan in their prime. You're getting them in their prime. It's not right now. You get the best version of one of those guys to play for your life. Who are you taking? Tell me why.
Okay. So I have one word, or maybe it's two words. Space Jam.
They've both done Space Jam.
Okay. Well, no. There was a good version of Space Jam, and there was a shitty
not fair.
version. Nope.
That's not
100%.
fair.
Nope. I don't care. I don't care if people don't like it. It's my opinion. Also, let's not mention, okay?
Uh-huh.
And I might get some hate on this, and I don't care. Okay?
Mhm.
He wears skirts. I'm good. I want Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's a man. He's going to defend me. He might put his life on the line for me. LeBron James might try to steal my clothes.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's get deeper than
You
what
know?
you just said. Okay, so let's talk about Michael Jordan because you're saying the man, right?
The man.
Okay, so killer instinct, that goes
Yes.
to Michael Jordan, definitely, right? 6-time NBA champion,
Michael Jordan.
ability to play under pressure, Michael Jordan,
Michael
right?
Jordan.
Exceptional at scoring and clutch performances, Michael Jordan. Excellent defensive skills, Michael Jordan. Yeah, I mean, like we know all of this about Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
The thing that we have to talk about here, this is the realistic reality of this conversation, is the evolution of sport.
Mm-hmm.
This is a problem. This is a problem I think doesn't get talked about enough when these hypothetical debates come up, right?
Okay.
Because you get these debates where you talk about guys who played in an era of the 90s versus a guy who plays now, right? Or more recent. And the problem is do you believe that sports evolve? It's a serious question. Do you believe that sports are forever evolving? Just based on body science, based on talent, based on availability, based on when kids begin to take a sport seriously, right?
Yes.
This is a real question.
So in my opinion, right, not even being a super expert, but I would say yes. But at the same time, do you think that there's new rules that are implemented that weren't applicable back then?
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes and no.
As far as you aren't able to be as aggressive, or maybe they do something for safety reasons
So
that they didn't do before.
what you're hinting at here is the argument that back in the 90s you were allowed to hand check, right? And you were allowed to play defense a lot more aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that benefits LeBron James more than it benefits Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was able to defend more aggressively, whereas LeBron James has to take a hands-off approach to defending. If LeBron James, at his size and strength, was able to put an arm on your body and direct where you're going, I think that benefits LeBron James more than it benefits Michael Jordan. But I'm still going to go back to, because this is where I think, we can talk, you can debate all day who's the better scorer. Who's the better shooter? Who's more athletic? Who's the better rebounder? Who's the better defender? You can debate all of that all day, but the reality is what it comes down to is a fundamental belief. Do you believe in the evolution of sport? Do you believe that sports have gotten better? Who are the top 5 guys that Michael Jordan played against in the NBA?
I'm just going to go off
Isaiah
the names that
Thomas, Magic Johnson, Clyde Drexler, Dominique Wilkins, Larry Bird, big names, but let's be realistic. And this is I want people to be realistic when you think about this. Larry Bird, I love the dude, right? Phenomenal player, but what is Larry Bird's options against someone like Giannis Antetokounmpo? Someone that big who moves the way he moves. Like what are his real options in today's NBA? I will say athleticism is nowhere near what it was. Jordan was ahead of his time in athleticism in the 90s. I think if Jordan plays today, he is average, like above average athleticism, but there are guys whose bodies hold up in the same way that Michael Jordan's did. I think that you have to look at when Michael Jordan played, the guard play was very different, right? You didn't have these point guards like Luka Doncic, like Westbrook, like Kyrie Irving that dominated the game. Jordan was the guard that dominated the game, and shooting guards dominated the game. And then you had a bunch of these lumbering big men, and teams were built around these big guys, so Jordan was an anomaly. So if I'm playing for my life, and let's say, so this is a 5-on-5 game, and I've got to take one guy to protect my life, I'm still taking Michael Jordan after saying all of that.
Okay.
I mean, so
we agree for once tonight.
No, I'm with you, and I do believe in the evolution of sport, but I also believe in killer instinct and like the will and want to win, and I just think that's something that's the intangible that guys
can't be taught.
There's guys like Tom Brady. There's guys like Michael Jordan. There's certain guys who are just going to transcend the moment and rise above it. And I feel like if you sat down, I'll tell you who's not, like he wasn't an option, but I feel like Kobe Bryant would be a solid choice in this discussion. And that's because never before has there been a basketball game that was being played for somebody's life, right? Like that would be the first time ever. And I feel like if you presented that to LeBron James, I don't know how much that would weigh on him.
Yeah.
It's just another basketball game. I feel like Michael Jordan could not live with himself if he was the person who lost the basketball game that lost my life. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like that would eat at him forever. So that's the big reason why I take him. But the hard part I have here is just like the evolution of sport. There's always a part that I'm fearful of like, what if the game is just twice as hard as it was when Michael Jordan played, which means that by default, LeBron James is just naturally better. Right? And it happens in all sport. It happens in golf. It happens in tennis. It happens in football. You see these guys who were great at it at one point. It happens in UFC, right? You get these guys who are just so good at the sport, and then the next generation shows up and you go, they came up watching what like Michael Jordan did, and they do that plus a whole bunch of new shit.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into segment number 2 of the show, which I'm calling the Chosen Champions. This is the segment of the show where we reveal which team we will be cheering for in the 2023 season. Last week, we presented 2 options for the MLB, and then the Discord selected the third option. This week, the Discord has won, and we will be cheering for the Atlanta Braves in the MLB. Now, I'm not mad about this one. I didn't have a lot of stock in my team I chose. I chose the Padres. You chose the Milwaukee Brewers. The Padres actually, like, there was a minute where it tightened up, and it looked like the Padres were going to be in contention, but then something happened in the last 2 days where the Braves just pulled away and outright won the voting.
Yeah.
So preseason, Lauren, the Braves were ranked number 3 in the MLB. You know, I don't like to pick the front runner. I don't like to pick the number 1 team. So I want this, like, I need to talk about this.
They're not number 1, though.
They are now.
Oh.
They are right now. So as of right now, ESPN has them power ranked as the number 1 team in professional baseball.
Okay.
But I wanted to make it clear that coming into the season, and when we did this, because it's been 1 week of the baseball season, they were ranked number 3, which is acceptable to me. I can go from 2 all the way down. I will not pick the number 1 team.
But we ended up
But ESPN says that the Braves took over our top spot despite losing Max Fried for at least a couple of weeks after he tweaked a hamstring covering first base. Whether the Braves remain on the top will depend heavily on rookie lefty starters Jared Schuster and Dylan Dodd. who both made their major league debuts over the past week. Schuster has been the bigger name prospect after the Braves drafted him in the first round in 2020. He had some jitters, allowing 4 runs and 5 walks and striking out just 1 and 4%, or 1 and 4 2/3 innings against the Nationals on Sunday.
All right.
A lot of names I got to learn. It's a lot of names. I don't know anything about this baseball stuff.
Me neither.
But it's going to be fun. I'm going to enjoy watching that. That leads us into our third segment of the day, which we call Three's Company.
Okay.
Three's Company is the segment where we choose the 3 teams for next week's, what do we call that? The champions, the chosen champion segment. Uh-huh. So this week we're doing NHL. We're headed into the NHL playoffs. We're right on the brisk of that. Same with NBA, but we're headed into the NHL playoffs. So I need you to bring me one NHL team.
So I looked at all their jerseys and stuff like that, and
I will say they have better logos than baseball.
Yes,
there's better options in hockey than there are in baseball.
Yes.
But still,
they're all still kind of muted jerseys, though. They're all kind of
well, hockey jerseys have a definite style. There's not a lot of variety in the uniforms. I will say that. So what did you bring?
So I almost went with the Maples, but in the end, I ended up going with
Toronto Maple Leafs?
Yes.
Okay.
I went with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Ooh, that's a favorite of a lot of the Discord.
And the reason why I went with that was because I thought the penguin was cute.
Okay.
That's what it boiled down to.
So from what
I looked up their uniforms and stuff like that, and then I saw the penguin, and I was like, it sold me.
From what I understand and what I've been told, do not quote me. I am not a hockey savant by any means, but there's a strong history of hockey with the Pittsburgh Penguins. I believe they're recognized as having 2 of the greatest players of all time.
Damn.
So there is history. I think rough times have been upon them lately.
Happens to the best of us.
But so solid choice there. I think the Discord will be happy with that. It'll be interesting now that you took that, what the Discord turns to. So this came down to 2 teams for me.
Okay.
2 options for me. 100% I'm picking off logo this week.
Me, that's what I did.
And there was and I've had an affinity for this team. And I'm pushing, I want this team to win. If I have to secretly go in there and start paying off voters, there's a possibility I do it. Now I was told in the Discord, bad choice.
Okay.
They told me, because I kind of discussed this with the Discord last week, and they told me, no, don't do this. I'm going to do it. You can't talk me off this ledge. I almost went Las Vegas Golden Knights.
I saw that. That was an option too.
Thought that was a fun choice. But the team that I'm picking, and this is solely based on logo because this is my favorite mascot of all time. It is the Seattle Krakens.
I knew you were going for that. I knew it.
I love that logo. I love the color scheme. Look, man, according to ESPN, they're fringe opportunity here to make the playoffs.
We could see what happens.
So, I mean, look, I get it.
You never know.
Would
be a dream come true for you for us to get the Krakens.
Hey, we're probably not winning the Stanley Cup this year. Okay? We can't win every league we jump into. And I also feel like it's not fair with a league that we're jumping into where the playoffs are about to start that we just pick one of the favorites.
Yeah.
I think I don't even know if the Penguins are going to make the playoffs.
I don't know.
So if you motherfuckers vote for the Penguins and that immediately ends our season, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But I'm presenting the Seattle Krakens for the listeners' approval.
All right.
Let's finish off with our weekly huddle. Lauren, this is where I update you on how the teams we've already selected are doing.
Okay.
So right now we have 2 teams that we are currently fans of here at the Casual Community. And number 1, that is the Boston Celtics. The NBA season is winding down. The playoffs start on April 11th with the play-in games, which is 3 or 4 days away.
Yeah.
And then the official NBA playoffs start on April 15th, where actually get started, and our team, the Boston Celtics, will play. We're locked in. We're the number 2 seed. It's happened. We're not moving around. We can't catch the Bucks. I don't think we can fall any lower than where we are right now. So we're settled in. Number 2 is good, Lauren.
Okay.
It's good. That means we're going to play the 7th best team in the Eastern Conference.
do we know who it is yet?
So no, because the NBA a couple years ago switched to this bullshit play-in situation where 7, 8, 9, and 10 have to play games, and it's so convoluted. So okay, so it's a tournament, right? 7 plays 8. The winner of 7 and 8 goes straight into the tournament as the number 7 seed. The winner of 8 and 9 will play the loser of 7 and 8, and the winner becomes the 8th seed.
I don't understand that at all.
It's real back-ass.
But why can't they just go off of your record and the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th, and 8th team go?
That's how it was growing up, but I guess there was always, I don't know, it just always, I guess
and
it
then
stops.
How about if there's a tie in records, then y'all play a game?
Yeah, that would make sense.
That would make sense.
I think they were trying to stop teams from tanking. They wanted to give more teams an opportunity to make the playoffs so that, if halfway through the season you started seeing you're not going to make the playoffs, you would just back off and start losing games on purpose. Mm-hmm. The Lakers looked like they were out of it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they, had a strong little finish here, and they're going to finish 7th or 8th, and they'll be in the play-in. So they're, they have an opportunity to make the playoffs.
True. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay.
We're safe in Boston.
All right.
We're number 2 seed.
I need to get my Celtics shirt.
Okay. I'll get you a Celtics shirt. We're number 2 seed. We're locked in. That's happening. Let's talk about the Collingwood Magpies. We had a couple people. I was tweeting the other night about the Collingwood Magpies. Had a couple people pop in and go, "You're an AFL fan?" I said, "I am."
How did they know that?
Huh?
Oh, just kidding.
Because I was tweeting about the Collingwood Magpies. I was trying to give our team some team spirit because I was awake at 3 a.m. when they were playing their game, and it looked like we were beating the shit out of the Brisbane Lions. We were beating the dog shit out of them.
Did we win?
I fell asleep. I went to bed. Woke up. We lost.
Ew.
We lost the game.
Come on, the Collingwood Cocks.
Now, come to find out, we had some injuries.
Oh.
Mason Cox is out.
No.
What does it say here? So Collingwood.
What happened to the Cox?
Okay, Collingwood's depleted ruck stocks. Gonna have to learn some of these words. I don't know what a ruck stock is. One of our Aussie people, tell us what a ruck stock is.
All right.
Were exposed by the Brisbane Lions as Oscar McInerney took full advantage in his side-blistering 33-point win at the Gabba on Thursday night. That's a lot of words that I don't know. Okay. Says here, Collingwood will be without its first-choice ruckman for a lengthy period of time after both Darcy Cameron had a knee injury and Mason Cox had a hematoma. What's a hematoma?
Isn't that something in your brain or something?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
I feel like a hematoma with blood. Might be a bruise.
Hematoma.
Might be a fancy name for a bruise.
Okay.
Feel like it is.
Something with blood.
Something with blood. It is something with blood.
Hemoglobin.
They were struck down with injury last week, forcing the club to get creative at the position. All right. Cool. So I think we dropped down to 5th place.
Well, I'm glad because you said you got the subscription, right? So we
can
watch
I did. We can watch some games now.
Because that shit's crazy.
Not only do we need to watch some games, we got this. It's a subscription. It's run by Fox, which is interesting.
Okay.
Everything looks like Fox, but it's got a different color. Let me see what it's called here. I think it's just called Watch AFL. It's called Watch AFL, but it looks like the Fox logo. Okay. And so we're able, but I want to watch some of the highlight shows to see if they could just cue me in on what some of these words mean.
True.
Because I don't know the position. I don't know what a ruck stock is.
I don't either.
All right, that kind of wraps it up for this week. Next week, we are going to officially pick our NFL team. Okay?
I'm excited for that one because I have no idea what's going to happen.
And so that is because we are headed into the draft. And as we head into the draft, we need to know what our team is doing coming out of the draft. So I have some choices and some thoughts for NFL. So we'll take care of that next week. You got anything else?
Nope.
That's it.